We're going to listen to the annual report from Citizen Crime Prevention right now under item 11.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, City Council, City staff, and citizens. I'm Robert Rico. I'm the current chair of the Citizens Crime Prevention Committee, and while I have my assistant get me set up here, pleased to be here again to give you a yearly update on our Crime Prevention Committee, what we're doing, what we hope to be doing. Currently, I am the chair. Peter Carey is the vice chair. He's here tonight. Frank Deering, one of our members, is here. Brandon, excuse me, could not make it tonight. Robert Donluca is also here. We have 2 vacancies. Earlier, Officer Howard Hoyer is currently our police department liaison, and last year Rico Medina was our council liaison, and this year Ken Ibarra is. We hope that the council will be able to appoint 2 residents to our 2 vacancies, as having a full committee of 7 will allow us to more easily meet our meeting quorum requirements and to have more bodies to actually support our activities. As far as our accomplishments, our #1 goal, #1 program is to promote, to expand Neighborhood Watch, assist existing Neighborhood Watch groups. I do communicate by email from time to time and on the phone with some of the current Neighborhood Watch groups. I also communicate with by phone and email with those groups, or some of those groups members that are interested in excuse me, forming a new group. This Thursday, group on, I forgot the name of the street. Anyhow, there's going to be a meeting at 7 o'clock at the police department this Thursday on Hawthorne, the 500 block of Hawthorne. There's a individual that is very interested and has got a good high percentage of the of his neighbors to commit to being basically eyes and ears and reporting it directly to the police department, anything of concern. And Officer Howard Hoyer and I will, basically Howard will be giving a introductory welcome to the Neighborhood Watch group at the meeting. I've also attended, along with Howard Hoyer and a couple of the other officers, 2 or 3 of the recent new Neighborhood Watch blocks that were formed. We have at least 9 new groups in the last 12 months. We have 2 or 3 groups still in the works that are looking at finalizing the meeting, and then they will get the Neighborhood Watch sign at the end of their block. And we also advertise Neighborhood Watch program. We're all constantly looking to help start up additional blocks, and as the next slide shows, we disseminate crime prevention information by attending various community meetings with the police department. Some of the tips that we hand out and also put on San Bruno cable television, we usually have 2 tips a month that run for about 2 weeks' time. We've done drunk driving prevention tips, Halloween safety tips around Halloween, 4th of July safety tips, obviously around 4th of July, back to school safety tips. We are constantly refining the tips. If we learn from the police department that there is a particular activity in the area that we don't want to worry the public about, but we may be able to inform them better how to be on the lookout, we potentially will run a tip on that. In the past, we had put our how to start a neighborhood watch block and our report a suspicious person brochure and how to take your child's DNA in the senior center here, in the library, and in City Hall. I think we will be reinstituting that program to where monthly one of our members will go around, excuse me, and make sure that there are sufficient brochures, because those are kind of the three real important brochures of information that we want to get out. We may also be posting some of our crime tips on a rotating basis on the crime prevention website. One of the other activities that we have been involved in a little bit in the last 2 or 3 years on a yearly basis is National Night Out, which is the first Tuesday, I believe it is, in August. We have received a proclamation each year from the yourselves from the council. A couple of us and I have attended 2 or 3 of the neighborhood gatherings that they've had on that particular day during the week. A couple years prior to that, when Howard Hoyer was on our liaison with the police department, he came around and spent 15-20 minutes at about 4 of the local neighborhood watch block groups. They got a number of their people present, and it was basically a question and answer, complain, latest information. So we will be doing something along that line again this year. The police department every year needs to have the most accurate information on who to contact at 3 in the morning if they get a call for basically from a business. They have business contacts in their computer, but the person or persons that are on that list are constantly changing. So the chief asked us 2 or 3 years ago to distribute an updated form to the various businesses in 3 or 4 areas. We did San Mateo Avenue, we did Bay Hill Shopping Center, we did the Mills Park area, and we have almost completed the town center area, where we take the form with a self-addressed envelope back to the police department. We just advise the owner or the manager or the clerk that we would, on behalf of the police department, we'd like to leave this form. Hopefully they will update it, put it in the envelope, seal it, put a stamp on it, and mail it. The Crime Prevention Committee does not see this information. It goes back to the police department, and they use that to update their records. They hate to call somebody or have the dispatcher call somebody at 3 in the morning and find out that person is upset because I don't work for that company anymore. Why are you calling? So this is one of the ways that crime prevention can put feet on the street, if you will, for the police department and help get that information out. Also, we have been involved for many years on the Saturday in May for Police Recognition Day at Tan Foran Mall. As you all know, and most of your viewers hopefully know, this is when probably a dozen or more of the local police departments most of them bring in a vehicle. Tan Foran sets up a table and chairs, gives them the opportunity to display crime prevention information, to have handouts, to have their explorers, or whatever there. 2 or 3 of the police departments have brought their canine units, and they usually have 1 or 2 canine demonstration between the escalators. Usually they will put a police officer in the padded suit, and the dog will, under command, do what he's supposed to do besides walk around and sit and stay. And that seems to be a big draw. Before and after, the children have the opportunity in most cases to go up and pet the dog and see that the dogs are friendly and talk to the police department. Our Crime Prevention Committee gets up early in the morning, helps get the cars in through the alleyway between Sears and Petco and down into the mall. And more importantly, at 9 o'clock, right after the last shopper gets out, then all the cars want to quickly get out, so we have to take them back out through the alleyway. We have had a staffed information booth where we have 3 or 4 of our brochures and literature. One of the big handouts that we've had is either 1 or 2 coloring books for the children on either fire safety or just general safety. And this year we hope to be able to have free coloring crayons donated by one of the businesses in town to go with the coloring book. It's really nice to be able to hold up a coloring book as a little one is going by, and entice him over a little bit to, one, get the book, but usually he brings the parent or the aunt or the uncle or whatever, and they at least get to see the literature that we have available. This is just a photo, a demonstration where the dogs are obviously sitting as they are, or lying as they are told. This really draws the people. They almost hang over the rail on the second floor. So this is an example of what you can see. It's at the police day. It's from 10 in the morning when the shop's open until 9 at night, and the police demonstration is usually a little bit before and a little bit after lunch, but that's subject to change. Just a couple more on our activities and accomplishments. Obviously, we have literature on Neighborhood Watch, on DNA collection. One of our members used to work for the San Francisco Crime Lab, and she went through and very scientifically put the very simple steps in how to collect your child's DNA, put it in an envelope, put it in the freezer compartment. Hopefully, when we hand out that information, we tell the people, hopefully you won't need to use this, but this is one of the steps that you can take. Reporting suspicious activities brochure that we put together. One of our previous members worked for the Oakland Police Department, and he took some of the information from a similar brochure, and we adjusted it for San Bruno. We have additional child safety information. We had information on seatbelt and how to properly install them in the car and where you could get assistance. And we are constantly looking to have a few more safety brochures. Goals for 14-15, continuing our ongoing programs. Obviously, the number one is to continue to expand Neighborhood Watch. We got quite a bit of interest right after the first of the year when there was a number of residential break-ins or burglaries, so that kind of stimulated people. We hate to have that happen to get people interested, but we are constantly looking to expand Neighborhood Watch. We are going to, in some way, continue to participate in National Night Out, and when the chief or someone under his direction comes to us and says, we would like the Crime Prevention Committee to do X, Y, Z, hopefully we will have a unanimous vote to do X, Y, Z. We are going to look at potentially updating and increasing our brochures that we have available. The police department has a number of these brochures on their wall in the lobby. We've had a few of the brochures, as I said, in City Hall, down opposite where you go to get your building permit, and we continue to do a monthly cable crime tip. We try to do 2. We do it in English, and we have it translated into Spanish, and we are looking at what we can add as additional items of information for the public on our Citizens Crime Prevention website. We will continue to, where asked or where we volunteer, to have a information table at various city activities. We're looking at hopefully sharing a table again with the Bicycle and Pedestrian Committee at the Posey Parade. We've done that for most of the years, for the last 3 or 4 years. They're usually in the little parking lot at Cypress and Crystal Springs. We will continue to promote Police Day, which is this May 17th. There is a disaster preparedness day that we shared a table with 3 or 4 years ago at the fairgrounds in June. We haven't finalized how we will participate in that yet. We have collaborated, and we will continue to look at potentially collaborating with other city committees. We did a little bit with your disaster preparedness committee, where they tried to train a few of our members in their neighborhood emergency response. We want to obviously thank the San Bruno City Council, our prior and current council liaison members, and obviously Chief Telford, Officer Darrell McCoy was our police liaison for the last 2 years, and Howard Hoyer is the current one, and we've had him before, and we look forward to 2 good years with him. And with that, I'll just remind you that our meetings are the second Thursday every month, 7 o'clock in City Hall in room 113. We always have Neighborhood Watch on the agenda, so if you have questions, this is one place you can start. We try not to take the whole meeting and talk about Neighborhood Watch as necessary. We will schedule another meeting for that. The meetings are always open to the public. We follow the Brown Act, so if something is not agendized, we can at least listen to you and appropriately agendize it for a future meeting. And with that, I will attempt to answer any questions, or I'll ask the chief to comment.
Good. Any questions for Mr. Riegel? As always, thank you, the citizens that participate in our committees, boards, and commissions are kind of lifeblood of this city. It's all volunteer, and they spend a lot of time. You can see from the presentation this evening, their accomplishments. So once again, we'll try to get you your 2 new members.
Thank you.
Very shortly, and thank you again.
You're welcome, sir.
All right.